want to talk about a few things, and what we want to try and do with this YouTube channel now is make a small series of items that we cover in a little bit more detail to give you a little bit more content and maybe to give you some implementation techniques about how to improve yourself. So from some of the learnings that I've had. So I want to talk about happiness, habits, choice, and goals. And I want to talk about what they mean to me, and I want to talk about how I look at that in my daily routine and how I actually manifest or implement a process to make me achieve those things and be more results driven on a daily basis. Because what tends to happen to me, I find, and I find a lot of my friends as well, is we get off the boil a little bit. We think we're on track, but we're not necessarily on track. So what I've done is with happiness, habits, etc., I've now, on a daily basis, I'm trying to check it off at the end of every day, how I'm rated and how I'm doing with that. So I'm rating myself out of 10. Out of 10, how happy am I? How are my habits? Are my habits good habits? If there are any bad habits that I have, how do I eradicate those? And if I've got a couple of bad habits in my day, like driving too fast or doing whatever, not that I can have a perfect day with that, but in reality, I try and measure myself at the end of every day. So, as far as happiness goes, my core belief with happiness is that while I'm endeavouring to be better every day and to evolve, that is keeping me on my happiness track. It's making me strive, A, to be a better person, to be a better parent, partner, businessman, whatever it might be. So in reality, my happiness is based on my striving and my endeavour every day to improve. That's the first thing. The second thing is habits. One of the things that I've found, 2016 was a very, very unusual year for me in relation to the people that I dealt with in business. So I met some very proficient people and some people that were willing to be proficient but weren't willing to change to be proficient. So the question was, why were they hiring someone to help them but not willing to be proficient? So therefore, they wanted the help, but they wanted the work done for them. And that's what I was finding. And it's the old, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. So I've started now dealing in relation to forming habits with people that are similarly minded to me, where they think like I think, where we're all on a similar wavelength. So that's the first thing for me. So for me to change my habits, I need to make sure that I'm with like-minded people that have got habits that I aspire to have, or that can help educate me to improve. That's the first thing. The second thing with habits is you cannot get rid of an old habit unless you have a new one to install in its place. So there is no point getting, say for instance, if you are a smoker and smoking is habitual, so you're smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, you need, by the amount of time that you are wasting in the course of a day, we need to fill that time in with another habit. That is the first way, in my opinion, to eradicate that type of behaviour. So we need to re-implement another habit in that time frame that the old habit was taking up. For me, that is very logical, and it's helped me in a lot of behavioural changes that I've had over the last 4 or 5 years, where I've had a lot more work on, I've had to be a lot more time organised, etc., etc. And I've had to make sure that I'm a better communicator with my PA, my business partners, etc. So therefore, I've tried to install and have installed habits that erode the old habits. So the best way to get rid of an old habit is put a new habit in its place.